Black who's going to go for it. Black for the 1 point to win the grand final for Halifax, and he's done it. Ben Black strikes.
Hello and welcome to another live stream of Talking the Facts of Life with that lovely musical interlude. God, I miss singing that song. My name is very, very happy Mike A, and joining me also is an equally happy Rick Farrell.
I thought we were going to dance all the way
How
through
are
the
you
intro.
doing, Rick? Oh, well, let's leave it short. We've got far too much stuff we're talking about. As you heard me during the coverage on the London Broncos, our league, we are proudly sponsored by Eclipse Energy as well as Delivery. Yes, we are. Yes, I'm. Oh, what a day! Statement made. A lot of people have humble pie thrust into their mouths at this moment in time. And what a game, what performance. Let's get straight into it. Let's get straight into discussing that game. Thank you very much for joining us, everyone. Sorry we were a little bit late. I'm going to start crowdfunding to get myself some decent technology that isn't from the 1990s to do this stream. So, hold my hands up. It's my fault, but as I say, it's my bad. Thank you very much for joining us, everyone. Yes, we won. First game out of championship. Put all the demons to rest that we had against Batley. What a statement to make to beat London Broncos by 47 points to 14. And to look at that again just to make sure that it was true. But what a performance! What a day! Just until the comments start coming in, we will.
No comments to start with, because me and you last week sat here and ate all this crap, didn't we? And we're like,
oh right. It's right. If we're gonna be like that, I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna say I told you also. I said that the losing to Batley would be a blessing in disguise, and that we would come out for the London game and it'd be a completely different performance, and that Liam Harris would be the man of the match. And in my opinion, he was.
I was gonna say my one question that came out of it was pick a man of the match.
Yeah. It's saying what we can say is no one had a bad game at all. No one had a bad game. And if we're gonna go down that road, the one person that I am going to champion from the very, very start is Mr. Scott Griggs. Had an outstanding game. He showed his class today. He had a couple of wobbles, but he's human. That's what you get with Scott Griggs. He tries too hard, bless him, but he was in the right place at the right time. He took all his eye bombed. He chimed into the line very well. The pass for Conor McGrath's try. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Man. And then, like all the fullbacks backing up on the inside for when I think it was it Harris break for him. But no, what a performance. Both Griggs brothers are coming for undue stick the last few weeks, but they've answered them and some. But what do you reckon?
Mate, the spine were on fire, wasn't it? Harris, Robinson, Griggs. Try time. That's what we've been saying all off season. We got a bit disheartened after last week, but I said on the thing, we put last week's performance to bed. Seems a million years ago now, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It's tempered by the fact that London have had injuries and they didn't have any halfbacks, and it showed. And that's
they
probably
lost you during the game.
They did, and that is a bit of a caveat there. But you can only play what's in front of you. You can only beat what's in front of you. And London are still a full-time side with Super League players that are in there, and they'll be all right. But today was our day. Home game, put out a statement like that, absolutely amazing. And I can't wait for the wider rugby league public to kind of see that result and see our performance today and think, blimey. And don't we play Bradford next week as well?
I don't think it's next week, is it? I think it's 2 weeks. But
is it week after? Well, we definitely play Bradford next week.
Viewers of Panther Internet Land, are we celebrating what we're drinking?
Yes, I've got a massive vodka. No, it's water. I thought I'm not going to drink tonight, but well. I drunk against Batley and we lost. I'm superstitious like that. But no, anyone who's watching, thank you very much for watching. Get your questions in, get your comments in. Do you agree with I thought Harris was our man of the match for sure. He completely controlled the game. The our league match, the our league team gave it to Elliot Morris, who again is an absolute monster. But who we are men of the match, who we are plus points. Were there any negative points for those who are doom and gloom merchants, even still now? But no, just let us know, and that'd be absolutely amazing. The thing that if we're going to talk about the game, we just start. You could just tell. Like I know a lot was made about the entrance to the pitch against Batley, the fact that they seemed like we were laughing and joking and stuff like that. Today, we looked like we were focused, and it showed 3 minutes on the clock. Elliot Morris dances over. Yes, use that line.
But he just first of Harris's telling impacts on the game, wasn't it? And he had plenty of them.
Definitely. Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. And again, it just showed how much we missed Morris against Batley. The fact that he came in, he's just so good at finding space in the middle of the field and using it well to his advantage and stuff. But yeah, Harris just was a completely different animal today. Like it was said against Batley that neither halfback kind of stood up and they weren't vocal enough and that. Harris just he couldn't get the ball enough. He was demanding the ball. He was jumping and acting half for periods. It just showed that 3 minutes in, when you get that result, you just think, wow, he's going to be our day, really. So I'm so chuffed that it has come about that way. What else? I'm trying to see if there's any comments there. Lovely. Yes, let's get straight into it. Howard Pickles, thanks for watching, Howard. Scott Grick says, best game with facts so far. Many more to come. I'm inclined to agree with you.
Last week. He was good last week. He
was. Yeah, he was good. I'd say he gets a lot of undue stick to Scott Griggs, and I think it's just simply because the mistakes that he makes do tend to be crucial ones. But that's the peril of being a fullback who's that involved in the game. I still don't think he gets the credit he deserves, but we're going to give him the credit because he was absolutely class, and I know that many people will agree with him there. Linda Kitson, thank you very much for watching again, Linda. Fantastic to see the halves passing the ball and moving forward. Yeah, we're just touching on that before we came to the comments. One of the criticisms for the back of the game was that they didn't take on the line. They weren't running. They were very much passive in terms of behaviour and passive as just literally just passing the ball on. And today, there was, I don't think I've seen Conor Robinson take on a line as much as he did today. And Harris's try, I've got it on Twitter, it was near perfection, but best dummy since Woodburn all year, Bradford. There were two dummies, one to Selden to go through the defensive line, and I thought, what are you going to do? Give it to Morris, he's going to score two. But then, obviously, he's done with the fullback to go over, and you could tell by his celebration when he slammed the ball down, he was like, yes.
That really stood out for me. We're like, they had that cutting edge then. They've started to believe, they're human. They'll have read the comments of everyone last week, writing them off after one game. That hurts you.
And they'll have had Simon Griggs's words ringing in their ears as well, for sure.
100%.
But it also shows as well that it means something to him. That's what you want as a fan. That's why we've said plenty of times on this podcast and stuff that me and thee love players who show that passion that they really, really want to play the game. Yes, you're gonna poor games, bad games, you're gonna make mistakes sometimes. But if you try your best, if you're willing to do everything for that shirt, then we will back you to the hill. And Liam Harris definitely did that today. And I think, it's just like I said on the live stream last time, he'll have known he played poorly against Batley. He will have professional pride that he'll have looked back on that game in review and thought, I'm not playing like that again. And walking over for a trial like that, it's just vindication of like, yes, I'm a player, I'm arrived. and you just love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. And Connor Robinson as well. Let's say a bit of pressure on kind of filling the boots of Scott Morrell kind of thing and coming back up home in inverted commas. But yeah, he was outstanding again today. It was absolutely
I don't think
brilliant.
there's many Fax fans that were calling for Muzza to come back after his ass played like that today.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, as I say, it just shows.
His prime.
It was, as I say, having two potential running halfbacks makes such a big difference. And say what Muzza lacked in his running game, he more than made up for his kicking game and tactical nous. We saw that from Harrison and Robinson today for sure. So yeah, definitely. There's loads and loads of comments coming through. Thank you very much, everyone. James Marsden, thanks very much for getting in touch. Favourite man of the match just for the shine he left. Yes, Jacob Fairbank, although got a bit of a bone to pick with him. The coward getting rid of the best haircut in rugby league.
The reverse Ronaldo, wasn't it?
The reverse Ronaldo, the power cut, because the trimmers obviously lost power, or the Robocop, as he said. I was so looking forward to seeing him run out, but no, he's got a skinhead, and he behaved like a skinhead, punching.
Is there any comments about me not wearing a hat this week? Because I got loads of grief because my hair's crap. Well, there you go.
Well, he did actually. He tagged our Instagram account in one of the photos that got taken, and I said, "What's that for?" And he goes, "It's for a forfeit." And I said, "Oh, please tell me you keep it at London games." I have to. I've got to keep it for a week. I did suggest to him to wear a scrum cap, but obviously he's gone for the more clinical option. Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, he has cheated. But he's capped it off with a try as well, so which makes even more gutting scoring a try and seeing that monstrosity on his head.
That was the player that we all remember away from when we had him the first time, Connor Robinson. And everyone went, maybe it could have worked for him, maybe it couldn't have done, but he showed today. Yeah. And we've got to build on that now, because we got written off from the start. A lot of the predictions pre-game from the big media firms written us off. And a lot of Fax fans wrote us off, you know? Myself.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I thought we were going to win. I didn't think it would be that comprehensive, but they've shut everybody up with actions. And that is exactly what the fans want to see.
Definitely. And playing with that vitality. And you could tell they were up for it. They were bouncing. Everyone were buzzing and that. And yeah, Bucky's didn't think Halifax had a 6-point head start on it. And we were slight underdogs, so I've won a little bit of money today. Thank you very much, Sky Bet. But yeah,
what are you doing?
No, unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. No, I only have one betting account. Bet responsibly. But no, you're absolutely right, and we need. I've said privately in the week, I couldn't guarantee that we'd win because London are a very good side. But I could guarantee that our performance would be so much better than it was against Batley. It was, but we got the win as well, and it's a statement-making win because one of the things that we have been rightly criticised for being in previous years has been slow starters. We don't start well.
Yeah, that one.
Especially, like as I say, you could say that was proved right against Batley, but Mr. Righteous here said that it would be a blessing in disguise.
That's a blueprint for the squad now. That's the first league game of this brand new squad. That's your marker now. We can only get better.
Yeah, definitely, of course. And like we said for the Batley game was a benchmark, so it can never get as low as that or lower again. And then now we've got the standard. The standard's been set now. So it's complete night and day. And I'm so chuffed that it has been like that. The comments are flooding in. I can just see that Halifax parents are watching. The whole squad's watching, apparently. Hello.
Boys.
Everyone's watching us. Hey, let's work our way through. Gary Bray, I bet he's absolutely chuffed there. Get in there, up the Panthers, lot more to come. Definitely, of course.
Keep that bloody bar locked.
Yeah, yes, keep the bar locked. No one taking photos, all that sort of jazz. No one attacking testicles either. But yeah, that's a complete another story for that. Rob Wells, thanks very much for getting in touch. Like the look of Zach. I mean, Zach McComb, his break was great and looked solid. Zach McComb has made Simon Griggs' job very, very interesting because if you were to choose an Halifax 17, you probably wouldn't have McComb in there.
Well,
After
you say
today,
that,
we
I think he was unlucky not to play last week after he played against Oldham. I thought he were really good against Oldham. He had to make a decision. He was. That, and he came back in today and he's like, what a debut.
You
week,
can't drop him. Yep. Again, he set his soul out now as McComb. That break that he made for was Griggs' try. The break that he made was just unbelievable. And the thing that I was really impressed with him, that he doesn't look the biggest guy at all, but every single time he took the ball in, there were at least 3 men to stop him. He was making meters after contact. You can tell I've been watching Super League and Phil Clark today. Meters after contact. All that sort of stuff. But he was winning the arm wrestle against on London's right flank. And yeah, absolutely brilliant performance. Hometown lad, capped it off with a try as well. I bet he should be rightly proud of his performance today. And again, it gives me an headache because Greg Worthington's probably going to be coming in for the Bradford game. Nick Rawstorm was missing again today. Where does he play? What do you do? What do you do? It's an impossible riches. But would it? Yeah, exactly. Very fortunate for him. Yeah, broken hand. He said that he suffered. Simon Griggs did. So yeah, very unlucky for him because knowing what Woody's like as a player, he'll have wanted to put the wrongs badly right as well. Because very much like Liam Harris's performance, that wasn't a James Burnall performance against Batley either. We know he can do a lot better than that, and he didn't want to put things right. But unfortunately, these things happen, and Stat McComb has got his spot there.
And we've got
exactly, and that's what we've proven. And we've got a competitive squad. We have got depth of options, which we now haven't necessarily had before. We're talking about a left centre today. Steve Tyrer was our nailed-on left centre for God knows how many years we were there. Now we've got loads of options because of injuries and that sort of thing. It's going to be very interesting, Simon Griggs' selection for the Bradford game, because theoretically, you can't drop anyone of that 17. No one had a bad game. They've just put nearly 50 points up a full-time potential Super League team. Why would you drop anyone? It's going to be very, very difficult for him. Training's going to be very competitive and have the next week or two. And that's exactly what we wanted. That's exactly why, before a ball was kicked, why we were so excited because of the depth of our squad, and why we were so disappointed after the Batley game, because we know how good we actually are. And today kind of proves that. So, yeah, well done, Zach McComb. Yeah, I'm going there. Don't you worry. Laurie's watching. Good old Leeds fan. Bet you. I'm glad you. I wonder if you tuned in, Laurie, after Leeds defeat today. But nice to see you anyway. I wonder if you will. Robert Holmes, very much the same as Howard Bickles. Scott Griggs' best game for Fax in 17 years. Oh, I don't know. The York game where he scored that try, that's his best ever game.
I thought he was outstanding at Barrow Way as well.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, and I say he's had good games as Scott Griggs, but we can be all night about the undue shit that Scott Griggs gets, but I think he's proved a lot of doubt.
He's a yard quicker than everyone else in the head, is Griggs, and now he's got the players around him that can exploit it.
Exactly, yeah, definitely. Sam Beavers, thanks for getting in touch. Let's batter Bradford now next week. Yeah, hopefully that is the case. As I say, we've got momentum now, and Bradford are a bit depleted. Obviously, they've lost Flanagan for. Is it week after? Anyway, next game.
Elliot Morris said in his post-match interview, didn't he, that they're in next weekend for a full weekend of training. So maybe like a second mini pre-season army camp type thing, maybe. But yeah, I think it's the 18th is a Bradford game.
Right. Well, kind of just to come off the comments and just to kind of discuss that with you. One of the discussions before the game with Scott Griggs and Danny Ward. Danny Ward answered the question really, really well. was the advantage of Halifax not having a game last week. Obviously, London played York. We did that, but I genuinely think, and again, I'm gonna shout it from the rooftops because when I'm right, I am definitely right. It was a blessing in disguise getting knocked out of the cup because it meant that Grixie's had them on the training pitch and beasted them and that sort of thing. And I think that it's paid dividends. And you could tell that the kind of band of brothers, I can't remember exactly what era it was, but I remember Paul Brealey jumping up and screaming, and Liam Harrison, and you could just tell they were all on it. And
Yeah,
that is
that
where
stood out for me.
it just shows that they spent a lot of time together and had the honest feedback that Grixie said they would have had last week. Do you reckon that is the case, that even though London have had more actual game time in terms of fitness, our advantage was missing last week completely?
I'm not too sure about that. I think, like you said before, the battle of defeat was impetus enough to want to go out there and play like that today. We can't overlook the fact that they had 4 or 5 lads carted off with quite serious injuries today. But that wouldn't have changed the result anyway. Maybe they're out
No.
early doors.
And it would have been a different game if Samet and Aston had been playing, because exactly, they're two quality halfbacks. But again, those sort of things happen. The teams might play us when we don't have Robinson and Harris. It's part and parcel of rugby league.
Early in the year, we always play London at home, don't we? And we normally beat them in a game like that. And we go down there and play them towards the end of the season. It's a completely different game.
Samet runs right. Yeah. No, it's when you got win percentage on it.
It's all about today, though. Exactly.
Definitely. It's all about today. We won, that's all good. Linda's come back. Curtis Davis had a decent game. Yes. Yeah. Again, he proved why he's in there. Like, a lot of people were expecting Amir Burrow to be in there, but Grixie must be saying, look, he's done nothing wrong. He keeps his spot. Again, he was one of the plus points against Batley. And we made no bones about it. This is the unofficial Curtis Davis appreciation podcast. We love the guy, and it showed. And oh, God, yeah, definitely. But with Curtis, the biggest risk and the biggest kind of question mark over Curtis Davis is that, can the effect of not having Brandon Moore on the pitch be lessened? And the biggest compliment I can pay him is that he didn't necessarily notice that Brandon Moore was off the pitch, because Curtis Davis continued that sniping dummy half run, worked his ass off in defence. They're two very, very good hookers. Obviously, Brandon Moore's a superstar at our level, but Curtis Davis is getting the chance that he deserves now. And it's like we said about McComb and other players, it's going to be tough to leave him out. Obviously, Amir Burrow is a great player, and he's a Super League player in that, but can he dislodge more and Curtis at the moment? I don't know. I don't know.
Well, the voice of the fans anyway. What are the fans saying after that belting performance?
No, exactly. Yes, Stephen Robert Shaw. Thanks for getting in touch. Ed Barb was outstanding. He was outstanding. And I'm going to nail my close to the mast now. Ed Barber should be our right centre. He should be a centre. He's brilliant at other roles, but I think he brings a lot more to centre than he does to second row, and it proved it today.
You see a lot of it, like in Super League, don't we? With Hurrell and all these big centres, we've sort of stumbled across one ourselves.
Yeah, definitely. And it was a case the other year, because he wore number 4 in 2018, didn't he? Yeah. And he was used mainly as a centre. Well, obviously, with 2017, where we stumbled upon the right edge of Carl Lane, Barber, and Heaton. So why not? And as I say, he's a hard man to put down. He's got skills. He can put his winger away. And our right flank today was devastating. And a right flank of brilliant second row, who I, again, just to interject, if anyone's said this on the comments, I thought he was outstanding. He had such a big impact when he came on, did Paul Brealey. A right edge of Brealey, Barber, and Saltonstall is exciting to me.
But again, and then, who knows how training's going to go, because there's lads there going, God, I might lose my spot here. I'm going to have to do something in training to get back in here. So
exactly. So
we've always definitely for places and not plodders, and comfortable. Just put him there just to get by.
Yeah,
This is
you
a
don't.
young
The last
team
thing you
that
want.
wants to fight for each other, and it's
Yeah.
absolutely the main thing. They always say it in these sporting media things, don't they? We're in the entertainment business. Today was bloody entertaining for
Of course
any
it was.
neutral that watched that games would look at us and go, "Wow, I've heard about
Yeah.
York and Newcastle in pre-season. How come no one's talking about these guys?"
It's a
Apart from
crying
these two
shame that
idiots.
it's a crying shame that we weren't on free to view today. The numbers that have been tuning in for the York games on the Sportsman and stuff. If that game had been on the Sportsman or BBC Sport today or whatever, it'd have been brilliant. But as I say, as long as we're playing well, that is the main thing. To touch upon your point, the last thing that you want is what, and Grixie has alluded to it in interviews in the last couple of weeks. You don't want an obvious 13. You don't want a team that kind of picks itself because they're the 13 best players and stuff. You want a core of 20 at least players who are battling for that starting 13. And I think we've got 25 players who are like that, really. But that's by the by. That is it's just it's so good. We've got all this good stuff to talk about. It's brilliant. Let's get stuck into these comments again. Jonathan Horsfield, thanks for getting in touch. Nobody had a bad game. Team effort, credit to them all. Completely agree.
Well said, lad.
Completely agree. Definitely. As I say, there were people who probably are going to steal headlines and stuff, but you're absolutely right. No one had a bad game whatsoever. Sean Yule, thanks for getting in touch. Ed Barber, most underrated player in the championship. Still preferred Davies to Moore and would play Griggs at 13. His kick collection is terrible. I don't know what game you're watching today, but
it was 13.
That's a bold choice.
Position for Owls, Grixie 57 now.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what game you're watching. Say kick collection were terrible. I thought it was very solid on the eyeball today. I don't think he put a foot wrong into that. There was one time where he did drop the ball, where he was under a little bit of pressure when they grubbed it through. But as I say, when you're a fullback, you do get the Billy Slater sometimes drop balls. Sam Tompkins sometimes has those moments. When you're a fullback, you put yourself in those positions very much like a goalkeeper in football. And more often than not, Scott Griggs does come up with the goods. He's a class player. Yes, he's on the old side, but he's that experience that we need. And today he showed off his class touches. So, but I completely agree with you in terms of Ed Bowen being one of the most underrated players in the championship. Yeah, for sure. I think he's underrated in
powerful today. I mean, every time he went one-on-one with his opposite centre, it was a mismatch.
Yeah, definitely. When Ed Barber's in the groove, there's very few. I'll say centres because I still think his best position is centre in the league that could live with him because he's got those really soft skills which set people apart that wingers love, but also people in the middle love because once he gets through, he can go either way, really. So long may it remain. Halifax Panthers is watching. Hello, whoever you are, wherever there is for the club. Richard Bedford, Beaksy, love you, man. It just shows what happens when players take pride in their performance, in the shirt, and want to put right the wrongs of the back performance. Yes, we did say that toward the start, but we'll come back to it. Definitely, it showed today that the players not just want to play for the coach because he's had some undue stick, but they want to play for each other. Yeah. They want to play for the shirt and stuff, and you could tell they were in for it today.
I think the main thing was the defence. Everyone was really fighting for each other in defence, really wanted that whack, and we were knocking them back. We were knocking lumps out of them, in fairness. I think I've made some notes. I thought we dominated them in every department pretty much. And one word here, we were so ruthless. Even though we got ahead, we didn't panic. We went again and again and again. And the more we do that, they looked like they were so happy to be playing rugby again.
Yeah. We were. And when it was obvious that we were going to win the game, we didn't just kind of short shot. We went for the jugular rather than. I think I've got in my notes here that I've made. I think once we got to about 28, I just thought, right, that usually once you get 20 odd points up, you kind of put the cue on the rack, just go through the motions kind of thing. No, we went again and again and again, and you could tell that the players wanted 50. You could tell that they were properly fighting for 50. And I think Conor Robinson was slightly disappointed he had to pop over the 1 point when he went.
Oh, I'm not sure about that. I couldn't get the set before the try. I was saying, please just give me a drop goal. In fact, I got the curse of the commentator because I said, give me a drop goal, please. And I think a Godo intercepted away at the left of the field. I'm like, no, sorry, I take it all back. So when he actually dropped that drop goal over, I was absolutely delighted.
Slightly rubbing salt into the wound, but it's great when you're on that side of it.
Professional, ruthless.
Yeah, definitely. Sue Patrick, thanks for joining us, Sue.
Hi, Sue.
Brilliant, great boys. That came all too natural to you, Rick.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Robert Holmes again. All we needed to do today was win, but we got far more. Definitely, as I say, a win's a win, but a great win's even better. Richard Beaksy again. The little guys always win the arm wrestle. Well, yes, definitely. I can tell why I said that. But yes, definitely, of course. Hey, Brandon Moore, no one targets him in defence because he might be a little man in stature, but he still puts people down. Linda's come back. As the coach said, there are a couple of players to come back, but I hate to pick anyone to drop out of that team. Yeah, it's like we said, it's going to be very interesting training next couple of weeks because how can you drop it? It's a problem that Simon Griggs would want. It's a problem that every coach wants. Yeah. I mean, 20 odd players who you can't necessarily drop, who've got to make really tough decisions on why you're playing and not playing them. So yeah, definitely. Margaret Schofield, very understated in her opinion. They thought they all played well. Yes, they definitely did. Very factual to the point. I like that. Nick Barber, thanks for joining us. Are you in the bath? Are you in the bath, Mr. Barber? There's a Black Ford Escort outside and all that jazz. The scary thing is the halfbacks will only get better. If the forwards don't lay the platform, Harrison Robinson won't get the space. The whole back line did a great job. As Maurice Bamford used to say, the forwards carry the piano and the halfbacks play it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can't argue with that. It's the same with all teams. Forwards do let it play. It's very hard to play behind a beaten pack, but Harrison Robinson are the kind of players who will thrive behind the pack. And what a pack we've got. Even Tony Ray, through gritted teeth, said that our middles won the game.
Well, when you mentioned that you didn't think that Elliot Morris was man of the match, he was the one guy today that, I mean, we all know if you've watched him, he just gets consistently better and better. He doesn't get dominated. You follow his whole game, every single play. He's winning his tackles and he's winning his runs. And that's what you want your props to do. Yeah,
of course, yeah. And he doesn't necessarily play like a typical prop forward either. He's just he has a jack of all trades. He's got the directness of a prop and the build of a prop. He's got the subtleties of a second rower and a loose forward as well. It's brilliant.
Yeah, the hands of a loose forward, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. On that note as well, Kevin Leroy, I will mention him now. Another player who's got some stick, and from us as well, from myself, quite rightly, because again we know how good a player he is, and he does concede too many penalties in the past. But he's like a new man, and like we've said on previous podcasts, because he was one of the ones that came out and said that he lockdown and the pandemic kind of made him realise that he's in a privileged position, and he kind of rediscovered his joie de vivre of playing rugby to play a French angle on that. Kevin Leroy. He's been a revelation this year, and he just looks a lot leaner and fitter, and combination that he will have with Gavin Springer as well will just be amazing. So
he looks motivated, doesn't he, as well? You know, he's fighting for every meter.
Yeah, definitely. He looks like the Kevin Leroy of 2019 and a little bit 2020 and stuff. He looked like he were playing like he was trying to prove the wrong point. Like, I'm the Mr. Big French international, and just trying to get involved in lots of scuffles and handbags and stuff, and then trying to prove and fight the wrong battles. Kevin Leroy now it's like I'm proving why I'm French international. I'm showing it by my actions. I don't need to do that. He's been absolutely brilliant this year.
It was a defensive weapon today. He were coming in, he were whacking people with great technique.
Yeah.
Showing why he can be so valuable, because during the off-season when Grixie kept him, he said, look, this is a lad that can make a big difference to our team. What's gone before doesn't matter now.
Exactly. And again, the eyebrows were raised because Grixie did keep Leroy, because he wasn't necessarily one of the top performing players, but in Grixie we trust, and he's obviously seen something in him, and he's proving him right, and he's proving us wrong. So long may that continue. Dan Atkinson, thanks very much for getting in contact with us. It looked like a completely different team today. What a turnaround, with strong players to come into the squad. Well done, Simon Griggs. Yes, well done, Simon Griggs. No one's spouting off his record today and saying that he's out of his depth and all that sort of jazz. They've all gone into hiding, and that's long may that continue. A lot of people have quite unfairly said that, he's only won 9 out of 30 on matches, something daft like that, and it's just like you can't have that with that.
Well, here's one fact for you. The Halifax Panthers, in the history of the championship, are undefeated.
What's our win percentage? 100%. Yes, the Panthers are in town. Hashtag.
Going back to your scene days there, Mike.
It's hashtag. I'll get my camera at an angle. I've got the floppy fringe for it. Dear me. Right, let's go through these comments. Sean Ewell again. Can use his hands, often fumbles, grubber, let a high kick bouncing. This is going back to Scott Griggs. Yeah. Can use his hands, often fumbles, grubbers, let a high kick bounce in the first half, and then left Salter to dive for it in the second half. Would use him at 13 for his hands and to float into the line. I can kind of see where you're coming from in terms of that, but I think Scott Griggs' skill is coming into the line from deep, being an option out the back.
How many times did it work today? You pick all the errors. And how many times did the link between the two halfbacks and your fullback, who's got to make the right decision, work? It worked for McComb, it worked for McGrath. There's two straight away that I can remember straight off the bat.
It did. That ball for McGrath. That ball for McGrath was absolutely outstanding. It was brilliant. It proved why he's there.
Which is what he's trying to do for the one where they got the error between Garside and whoever was on the left centre at that point. McComb, I mean.
Yeah.
You know?
But no, he gets a lot of stuff, and again, any fullback who's in that position will drop balls and that sort of thing. And if you were going to judge a fullback on that criteria, you'd be changing your fullback every game. You can't judge him too much on that. I can see where you're coming from in terms of 13 because he would be more involved, he'd be floating around the middle and stuff. But Scott Griggs 10 years ago maybe, but not now, because he's good at coming from the back and supporting. It's class. Like when McComb broke through, who was there on his shoulder? Scott Griggs.
Who had just knows where to outpace two chasing men as well. Like
he did. He did. And you don't get.
He can still do it, man.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, as I say, you don't get many 13s doing that, and you keep him where he's there. As I say, hopefully this is the start of his kind of redemption with Halifax fans in a way, because he does get
testimonial year. His testimonial got extended. He wants to play well for his hometown club. It might be his swan song. He wants to get Halifax to Super League to end his career. Come on, get on board, lad. No negativity today.
Right, definitely. Yes. Matt Lawton, thank you very much for joining us. Matt is a Leigh fan. Part-time Halifax fan. He comes to us on
shouting all your mates out, you.
Well, they support all that sort of stuff. He watched he watched Oldham and Swinton instead. You guys haven't much to fear from that. Currently watching Fev v Batley. Fev. Fev. Well, I don't know what that means. Are they not on the pitch and mixing in the bar? We don't know. Sue Patrick, hi lads. Hi Sue. There we go. I'll do it this time. James Marsden, Brandon Moore is the new Rob Burrow. Two completely different type of players, but I think Brandon Moore's the original Brandon Moore. He's a great player in his own right. Rob Burrow's a one-off. Rob Burrow's a one-off. Yeah. Oh, whoa, hang on. Let's not. But no, Brandon Moore's his own player. Let's not compare plays to other ones. I can see where you're coming from James, for sure, because of his sniping runs and stuff, and that is his trademark there. But go on.
I'll tell you what, it looked like he really stepped up as a captain today. A lot of people were saying we didn't look like we had leaders last week. Yeah. They looked like they were getting around each other and really helping each other in those leadership roles today. There were times where we maybe struggled and the game could have got a bit scrappy. No, boom, they were getting into each other. Right, get back to your jobs. The halfbacks were barking. The captain were barking. The leaders were there today, weren't they?
Oh, definitely. And going back to Harris, he definitely stepped up because he wanted the ball. You couldn't get the ball out of his hands, and you could see him talk. You can see him shouting at Brandon Moore, "Give me the ball." Whereas we didn't have that against Batley. So yeah, definitely. So summarise, James Mans, and Brandon Moore is the new Brandon Moore. BM9. Matt Bannister, our proud sponsor, Eclipse Energy.
Eclipse Energy! Watching.
Great performance, guys. Proud sponsor, yes. If you're watching, you obviously saw the advert with one of the Brownlee brothers. I don't know which one it was. Was it Johnny? Was it Alistair? I don't know, but it was one of them. But yes, Eclipse Energy.
I think I was dabbing my brow at that time.
Definitely. But no, yeah, if Brownlee Brothers had work done in his house, if you need any insulation, heating work done on yours, Eclipse Energy, they're the main sponsor of the club. They sponsor here, there, and everything, but they sponsor our wonderful podcast as well. If you need help, there's somewhere. Hang on, I can kind of see it. It's there. You can see it down there. Yeah, but yes, give them a bell. EclipseEnergy.co.uk. And they will definitely see you right. And also delivery as well. Delivery.
Absolutely.
Don't use Just Eat. Use delivery.
Figure this one out.
I think it's there. Something like that. Or there. I don't know. Anyway, I can't really see myself. But yes, don't use Just Eat. Use delivery. Local lads, support the club. And support our podcast as well. So that's great. Pete O'Neill, another one of my friends who's a Wigan fan. Knew you'd win easy, so watch the competitive game. Them two were awful, to Oldham and Swinton. Well, Oldham weren't too bad against us, and Swinton were all right from what I've seen. Championship is going to be a competitive league. As I say, we've not played for a year, and some teams are going to be quicker off the box than others. Other teams are going to go into the season. How good is it for us to be so quick off the mark, though? Like, it's such a weird feeling. First match of the season for us to do so well. In a season
like this as well, where win percentage could come down to it, you need to win your games early, get your points on the board, keep your percentage up. Really important.
Definitely.
I mean,
definitely.
Don't forget as well, when the fixtures came out, everyone was saying, "Oh God, that's a really tough start."
Yeah.
Everyone else is now looking at the coming fixtures, thinking, "What could be?"
Yeah. What a time to play Bradford. Love it.
Where is it?
Pete
on the Moon Astrodome, is it? Or are they back at Odsal yet?
I think it's like Dewsbury. The Tetley Stadium, Dewsbury. Yes. Pete McNamara.
Hey, Macca.
Yes, I think you were there, Pete, weren't you? If you were, you lucky sod. Boom, very impressive this evening. I don't know if that's the players or us. If it's us, thank you very much. Obviously, it's left players. But yes, it's definitely. That is a very good thing. Very impressive. It was very impressive. It is a statement. I put on my own social media that it's a statement that's been made today. Because London are a fashionable team. People think that they're gonna go up and all that, so they'll all be one of the front runners for going up. No one's giving us a hope in hell, and for us to put nearly 50 points on them, no matter who's playing, it's still Halifax v London. Is a big statement, and hopefully we carry on with that momentum for that there. Goffers, Neil Greenwood, thank you very much for joining us. We are reliably informed by Mr. Greenwood that it's 18-6 to Featherstone at the moment. So, don't know how long he's played. To Feb, yes. How long in
Can
that
I ask
game?
you, I know, can we have a timeout from all this? Are you surprised their game went ahead?
No, not at all.
With the All Gold
They've
Club?
got to do they've got to do the investigation, haven't they? They've got the powers that be have
Yeah.
got to investigate kind of what's happening and stuff. It was after a Challenge Cup game, wasn't it?
Last week?
Yeah, so when it Challenge Cup last week.
Yeah.
So I would suggest that they may well not be playing in the next round of the cup, and it will be back the next. But that's only by what's gone before, given
But what
we
happens if
had.
Batley have all COVID and they can't play in the cup because they can't off?
Oh, that's the thing. That's the caveat, isn't it?
Conspiracies.
Oh, definitely. And then they sign Dane Chisholm on loan. They sign all bit first players now. Let's not get into that way more.
Anyway, yeah. Comments.
Yes, they're still coming in. They're still coming in. Nick Barber, you need to see if you're in the bath or not. That's the thing. Halifax Panthers, you're still watching.
For anyone just explain why we want to know that for anyone watching who just thinks that you're total weird.
Other things are just very strange individuals. When I used to do the other live medium as a radio show, yes, way back in Phoenix FM days, Nick Barber was one of the people who used to get involved and give me questions and stuff to talk about, which was invaluable because you don't know fear of anything when you're talking on live radio. You've literally got nothing to talk about. So I'm indebted to him for that. But he also said that, I love to listen to you in the bath. Well, it's bath time when I listened to your show. So exactly what I did. And then I later found out that there were at least 5 men who did the same. So, yes, I must have a voice.
Bath, rugby lads.
Up at Siddle. Yes, definitely. Again, I am the Yorkshire Partridge, and it's Mike's a Deep Bar, sponsored by Dettol.
Could have been a break there, perfect.
Yes. So, but yeah, Halifax Panthers. If you are still watching, we need Halifax Panthers themed rubber duckies just for Nick Barber. But again, it could be for anything, and I'll take 10% of that idea. Thank you very much. He's actually doing a comment there. Great shirt collection coming on nice in the background. Also, massive shout out. Hey, you're not going to catch me out on that one. He's trying to do a Dave Woods on me.
Yeah.
He's trying to do a Dave Woods on me. Massive shout out to a certain name running the touchline. Yes, get back to stick to your black escort jokes, Nick. You're not going to catch me out on that one. This is my first rodeo. I sent the same name to Radio Leeds and they read it out. I think it was Halifax v Sheffield in 2008 or something, and I said, great performance by a relation to Alan Hunt, shall we say. It's half time now. God, thank you, Gophers. We don't need to watch the game. It's a live stream with updates from the other game, so thank you very much. Yes, my shirt.
Is everyone not partying after ours?
I know, yeah, exactly. I hope you are. Let's say, don't be boring. Don't be boring like me. I've got water, but yeah, the only reason I've got water is I'm actually working in the morning, which is rubbish. But But yes, my shirt collection actually got this one here. This one here was from Nick Barber, and that one there, the good old Elgin. Shout out to Elgin. I got that from a guy in Australia. So Lyndon, if you're watching, hello, g'day.
Did your Elgin shirts never turn up?
Yeah, that one. That's my Elgin shirt. Anyway, digress. There's still comments coming in. Lyndon Grady, thank you very much. Join us. Great game today. Panthers played bloody brilliant. We hammered the Broncos. We certainly did. We certainly did. And isn't it great to see? Isn't it great to see there? And say, well, I'll reiterate the point. It's very, very rare that we get off to a very, very good start. Obviously, we won last year, but it was a very laboured win. It was last-minute try for Ollie Roberts against Sheffield. But today was anything but laboured. It was absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I can't say any more than that really. But yeah, there's not really much comments coming through that I can see. Have you got any other points that you want to make? Like, it may well be a case of coming to a close.
Not particularly. I'm just really impressed with the spine. Like I said, the connection between Harris, Robinson, Grix, and the outside backs, and everyone just playing for each other. I'm really chuffed. Like I said, we sat here last week after losing in the cup and kind of a bit worried about what could have been, and they came out today and played like that, and they've just totally flipped the script, haven't they?
Yeah.
And I've always said we only win when it matters. Well, it mattered today, and that result has got everyone on notice.
Definitely. As I say, I've not checked much social media because obviously I've been trying to sort my life out, trying to get this my equipment to work. But hopefully, it has caught the wider attention of not just Halifax fans, but also wider rugby league fans as well. Excuse me. Lyndon's come back to us. Let's hope we don't falter out after your comments. Yeah, it would be the most Halifax thing ever if we went out and lost against Bradford, but it's positivity now. It's positivity. It's a new era. New dawn, it's a new day, and my God, I'm feeling good. Golfers come back. Why didn't Rostorm play today? Don't know. I don't think Rixie mentioned it in his interview, but that would be interesting to know because he was in the squad. He did allude to that. He did say that some players missed out because they didn't perform against Batley. So Rostorm could have been on there again. I don't think Rostorm played badly against Batley, but was it the Nick Rostorm that we used to? No. If we're being critical about it, which we can be.
Just ask yourself about the lad that replaced him and what he contributed
exactly,
to the team.
Yeah, exactly. And again, it's just so exciting that we've got players that can make such an impact.
I mean,
and again,
you don't see a lot of those players in Super League. You know, sidestepping inside and out, and off you go.
Yeah. Up the middle as well, left centre, making that kind of run as well.
I think George Carman was the last guy I saw do that.
Yeah. Off Wigan, yeah, for sure. But no, it's the only negative. I'll pick one is that the fans weren't there. Imagine how buzzing the bars is on Good Friday with a win like that.
Bouncing.
Definitely. As I say, it was rubbish to watch it with blank stands there, and obviously hearing Twisted and Shout over the tannoy rather than us lot singing it and stuff, and going back to the old post office or whichever watch you decide to go to. You can miss it, and hopefully we've not got that much longer left. I think is it Featherstone at home, our first match that we can go to.
Who knows, mate?
It can't come quickly enough. But yeah, it's hopefully it's sooner rather than later. I'll just refresh my feed one more time.
I'll refresh my face then.
I'm gonna say I try not to. We're not one for leaving out comments or deleting comments like some people. We are. The reason why I do this is completely interactive. We want to be able to. We want to know what you guys think. We could just sit here all night between us and just talk but we want you guys to get involved. I think it's slowing down a little bit. Bob Owens has come back. Let's smash the balls. Yes, let's do that. Let's bash the balls. Let's do all sorts of unspeakable things to them because they don't deserve it at all. Lyndon's come back. We play like that all season and we would be hard to beat. Yes, definitely. That's the one thing. Yeah, we mentioned it right at the very start. That's the benchmark. We had the benchmark for poor performances for the Batley game. That now we've got the standard that we need to meet each time. We're not going to get there every game, but that's the aim. That's the aim for the rest of the season. And again, the same way that Grixie would have tore into him after the Batley game, he'll have done exactly the same, but for the right reasons. For this, it's like this is where we need to perform every single game, and that. So, yeah, I'd love to be a fly on the wall for training to see what it's going to be like because it's going to be so interesting. It's going to be so competitive. and I can't wait. And you mentioned like people who like Roston being out the squad and McCoon coming in, both Halifax lads. Just shows that local pride. Ed Barber, local lad. Salty, local lad. Fax lad. It's full of them, and they'll have that local pride.
McCoon should be the word on everyone's lips after today.
Yeah, McCoon and Harris.
Yeah,
McCoon
Robinson.
And Harris. Yeah. No, they said they weren't a bad player at all. Like if I were going to pick three moments in that game, three absolute moments. First one, obviously Harris's try in the first half, because that was just a beautiful moment. Second one, McCoon's break for Scott Gritz's try. That was just like, wow, okay. And then the last one for me was Scott Gritz's pass from McGrath. And again, McGrath finished well. He finished it well. The McGrath was fair to him, but the ball was absolute perfection for him. You won't see many better balls than that all weekend. 100%. And those are my top three moments. Obviously, there were a lot more because we scored 9 tries, was it? But yeah, what were yours? Any to add on to that?
Oh man, I don't think you look further than the Harris one.
Yeah,
I just love the game overall. Like I said, it was so frantic, it were end to end, and trying to keep up with that. Was proper game of rugby league. That's if any Fax fan wants to sit there and watch a game, but that's one of them up there with a lot of the ones we've seen in the past, isn't it? So
yeah. For sure.
I loved everything, mate. I loved it all.
Yeah. Oh, me too. But as I say, you got to kind of round it off.
Let's not fall in love with ourselves. But like
and the thing, that's the thing. Like as I say, none of the, and again, I'm sure people will bring these up and go, "Oh, you can't really No, we're basking the moment of a really good performance after an absolute shocker 2 weeks ago, but also the fact that it is, as you rightly said, Halifax Panthers. The new era for our club has got off to an absolutely amazing start in our first league game. And you can't ask much more than that. And if you've got to celebrate victory, Dave Grayson, friend of the show, managing director of the club, I think he is. He's on the board director. I don't know. Apologies, I don't know your actual role. But he is very passionate. He said you celebrate victories. You celebrate whatever victories that you get. And that's what we should be doing. And the players should be absolutely proud as punch for it. They'll be going out I'll tread carefully on this one. They're not going to go out for drinks tonight, but they will unearth the drinks that they will have with their families in their houses tonight. We're not going to have a medicine on our hands. But yeah, they'll have earned it. Absolutely earned it. And hopefully, a couple of days' time, when the long breaks just give them off, they come back to training and it's back onto it, and they want that feeling again.
Too right. Right, mate, let's wrap it up. I've got work to do for the club.
Oh, yeah, fly, mate. But that's going to be great work for you to do. Yes, and that's the end of the comments anyway. But yes, we'll wrap that up. Thank you very much, as always, Rick, for joining me. Thank you to everyone who's got in contact with us. It's much appreciated. We'll do a proper podcast in the next week or two. We were going to do one this week, but circumstances stopped doing that. And April Fools, we're not going to stop. You're stuck with us all. You're stuck with us always, unfortunately. Thanks to Eclipse Energy and Delivery for sponsoring us as always. And for myself, Mike Haig, thank you very much. Goodbye, and up the Fax Panthers!
100%. Top of the league!
Way!